Okay, last video we left off with Revelation 7:17. Today we're going to do Revelation chapter 8. The Lamb opens the seventh seal. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was a silence in heaven about a space of half an hour. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before God out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Revelation chapter 8:7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire, mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star was called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters, because they were made bitter. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened. And the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night was likewise. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, yes, Bill Gates is trying to cool off the sun. You guys might want to look into that. It's not made up. He's actually doing it. Google it. We're gonna end at that point. We're gonna start off tomorrow with Revelation 9. Two more trumpet blasts. Okay. Here. So again, I want to let people know, if they are doing Bible readings, if they're recording them, if they're doing sermons and recording them, and you want them posted on a free website, I have a website. I don't charge people anything for it. I just take your video, I'll upload it to my YouTube. I don't have it monetized. I don't get money out of any of this. Okay, so I'll put it to my YouTube. Unless you already have your video on YouTube, I'll just take the link and I'll direct it to the website. If you want your own dedicated page on that website, I'll create a dedicated page to you, provide the link to your websites if you have one, things like that. If you record songs, gospel songs, whether they're original or covers, I have an online radio. I can air your songs on the online radio. The only advertising that will be on the radio is me promoting your songs or your sermons if you want to do audio sermons or Bible readings. I'll provide information on where they can go to, like your Facebook or your YouTube, to look at more stuff from you. That's all the promotions. We won't have sponsors or product sponsors, unless, of course, you're making your own merchandise too on the side. But that would be between you and the people who go to your websites and stuff like that. I don't promote selling products or anything. Okay. King James Version, again, I was reading from. I also have the ESV. I also reference with the Strong's Concordance, because knowing the meaning of the root words is important. Like when you hear a lot of "in the earth," in this, in that. If you look at the root word that's actually used for that word "in," the definition of the root word could actually sometimes just mean "on," not "in." But they use the word "in" for some reason. Don't know. But it's always good to know the meaning of the root word. That's why I strongly suggest you have a copy of Strong's Concordance. You can go to the Blue Letter Bible online. You can still use the app online. I haven't seen any changes made to it yet. But I suggest, they are giving away free. I was saying CDs. They're DVDs. Free DVDs. It's just the King James version of the Bible, but the Strong's Concordance comes with it. So even though it's the King James version, you'll still understand what the Bible is saying, because you'll have the actual definitions of the original words from the documents they translated from. So again, doesn't matter what version of the Bible you have, except for the ones that may be missing paragraphs. Those are kind of, to each their own. But Strong's Concordance will help you understand wording. Perfect example is, if you look at in the beginning of the book, Genesis, it'll say, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form." The original word for God is actually used Elohim, or no, I shouldn't say that. Make them in our likeness. Okay, the word is Elohim. Elohim is a plural word, meaning many, or in the case that they used it in the Bible, the master, the top one, even though the actual word is a plural word. Yeah, I know it leads to a lot more questions. Well, why is it saying like us? Because, well, God is talking to his son. Jesus was in existence back then. He is the light. He is the word. And he helped create God's creation. He was a part of it. If you guys don't understand that, go back and read the Bible. Especially when he's telling people nothing was made except through him. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next chapter. And if I am wrong in any way with this reading today, may God correct me. God bless you. Stay safe. Pray. Keep praying. Pray for your family, your friends, your neighbors, your enemies. If someone does something bad to you, doing something bad back to them doesn't make it any right. It doesn't make it righteous. It's just two evils being done. It is stated, feed your enemy, give your enemy drink, treat them well, even though they wouldn't treat you well. Why? Because you're going to be judged. So are they. They're going to be judged by what they did, and you're going to be judged by what you did. So, anyway, God bless.